Morning hanggang
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yes.
Mm.
Live na po, ma'am.
Ayan. Hello po, good afternoon. Hello po sa ating mga ka-Pix Pro. Welcome to our another day and another KC, kwentong cybersecurity. So, greet naman tayo dyan sa mga naka-join na. Can we see your greetings kung nasaan kayo? Kumusta ang weather and kumusta po kayo? Ayan, comment po kayo sa ating live. So here we have our VP Mario. Andyan, shout out ka naman Sir Mario sa mga fans mo.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition care of Miss Andy.
Okay.
Ay, Ma'am Ruby, nandiyan ka pala. Ande, si ka pala to, si Ma'am Rosario, mali. Hi, Ma'am
Yes.
Rosario.
Ma'am Rosario, welcome to our KC. Pakita ka naman para makita ang iyong beauty.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Medyo ano pa ang aking earphone di magkailo. Anyway, wait lang ma'am. Nandito pa ako sa office.
Wow, sisipag natin lahat.
Yes, multitasking din si Ma'am.
Yes.
Ako
Hello.
guilty, may hawak pa ako cellphone, nagchat-chat pa ako.
Parang long time no si tayo, Ma'am Rosario. Medyo
Oo nga ma'am eh.
parang
Dito
miss
pa
na
tayo
kita.
nagkita.
Oo, virtual pa. Ayan, di tayo nakikita dito sa ating campus lately. By the way, no, medyo late na, medyo tapos na, pero greet na rin natin mga kasamahan natin ng Happy Teachers Day. Naalala
Yes.
ko lang. So, yan, Ma'am Rosario. Actually, lahat pala tayo dito sa live ngayon ay mga professors, teachers, instructors. So, allow me to greet you guys. So, Sir Mario, Sir Roy, and Ma'am Rosario. Happy Teachers Day. Saka,
Happy Teacher's Day.
Thank you.
Likewise, ma'am. Likewise.
thank
Thank
you,
you. Happy
sir.
Fiesta.
Yan, and happy fiesta po dito
Happy
sa
Teachers
amin.
Day. Happy Professors.
Yes, Sir Roy. Happy Teachers Day po.
Sa lahat ng mga molders.
Yes, correct. No, ang mga guro at ang mga nag-guide sa ating mga future professionals.
Yes.
So, kamusta ang celebration ng Teachers Day? Dito
Kami
naman,
katatapos lang.
oo nga po pala,
May
ma'am.
Teacher's Day kami pero ang mga mga bata namin elementary.
Ay, mas medyo sweet, ang mga
Yes,
celebration pag mga
ma'am.
elementary
Mm.
students, yung mga ano yan, may mga card, ganyan, mga sweet notes, nakakatuwa. Ayan, and also, yon fiesta po dito sa amin sa Lopez, Quezon, kakatapos lang. Nag-invite. So, ayan, I think we have a few minutes before we start. So, let me read yung ating mga greetings. Ayan, meron po tayong comment. Comment po kayo sa ating comment section so we can read, no? Asan kayo ngayon? Kumusta ang buhay natin dyan? So, Sir SJG, magandang hapon mga ka-Pix Pro. Ayan, magandang hapon din po sa inyo. Share po natin yung ating live para maka-reach tayo sa ating mga audience. We can share our live so that makita din ng ating mga kasamahan yung ating magandang talk for today. Maganda po ang ating topic. Always naman, basta sa Pix Pro, Casey, lagi yung very interesting and engaging ang mga topics natin. Good afternoon mga ka-Pix Pro from Jasper, John Talinting. Hello po, kamusta? Ayan. I-share lang po natin yung ating link and also say a short greeting sa ating mga kasamahan dito sa Pix Pro. So, ayan, wait lang. Nag-share din po ako ng link kaya ako ay medyo ang aking...
Ilan na ba yung followers natin?
Madami na, sir. Sa page ng Pix Pro, madami na tayong followers.
Nakita ko nga parang 38, 33,000. I don't know, na parang...
And then, every live natin, ayan, marami tayong mga bagong nagjo-join din, sir.
doon sa live stream.
Yes. O baka nandito siya ang ating mga students. Pwede
Yeah.
po nating i-share. I will be sharing the link to you po. Ayan. Hintayin natin ang ating, before we start po, para madami tayong mga audience na. Okay, basa pa tayo ng comment. So,
Ilan na ba
ayan.
live viewers?
We have, as of now, sir, we have 31. 33 yan. Maano pa yan? Madadagdagan pa yan, sir. At nag-share pa lang ng link. Okay, so we have greetings po from Pix Pro Aurora Chapter. Hello po. And then, good afternoon po mga ka-Pix Pro from Sir Bernard. Hello po. Good afternoon. A blessed afternoon to all from Rag Zork. Hello po. A blessed afternoon to you too. And good afternoon mga ka-Pix Pro from Rainier Agenta, Acabado. Ayan. Hello po, kumusta po? So, lagay din natin, share natin kung nasa ang location tayo para makita natin. Acabado. Ayan. Joining from different parts of the Philippines. So, meron tayo from Aurora, NCR, and other chapters pa. So, wala pa ako nakikitang Quezon parang wala pa nagjo-join from Quezon.
May nakita akong isa.
Meron na, sir.
Baka estudyante mo yata to.
Hindi. Baka
Meron, ma'am.
student.
Si Mr. Acobado yung mention mo kanina. From DIT yan. DIT2.
DIT2. Tell your classmates na to join. At so that para lahat tayo ma-update, 'di ba, yung knowledge natin. Napakaganda ng topic ngayon, i-discuss ni Sir Roy. So the role of artificial intelligence in predicting and mitigating cyber threats. Actually, I think si Sir Vince din, kung nandito ka Sir Vince, comment ka naman diyan. I think he's requiring his students kasi ang kanyang class is related din sa topic natin ngayon, information assurance, security, information security assurance.
IAS.
So, meron talaga silang output dyan, I think, kasi nila ngayon, I think time din ni kay Sir Vin, so inallow niya yung time to join. So, let's see. Ayan, so we have 50 join in our 52 na ang naka-stream sa ating live. So, again, comment po kayo and share our links para ma-reach natin yung ating mga other audiences and para maraming maka-educate sa afternoon na to dito sa ating talk. Ayan, so it's 4:59. I think it's safe that we can start na. So, exactly 5 o'clock. So, allow me to introduce properly our speaker for today. So, to discuss our topic with the title, The Role of Artificial Intelligence in Predicting and Mitigating Cyber Threats. Let me introduce our speaker for this afternoon. He is an information technology and data science professional with extensive experience in ICT management, cybersecurity, data science, and emerging technologies. He has served as an ICT officer at the Department of Information and Communications Technology, DICT, Philippines, while also pursuing advanced academic and research engagement. As a university professor, he teaches, mentors, and guides students in the fields of information technology, cybersecurity, and digital transformation. So everyone here in our live, let's welcome Sir Roy Consulta. So ano naman tayo dyan, virtual clap. Ay, tayo lang pala ang nasa Zoom. Wala
Yeah.
palang virtual clap sila. Heart na lang, heart react tayo sa ating link. Hello po, Sir Roy. Welcome po sa ating
Hi.
Casey.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd like to greet every one of you. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Actually, it's my honor to present my topic to you. Actually, I'd like to give you a little bit of my background of this research. Actually, back in or last year, 2024, nagkaroon ng opportunity for San Beda. By the way, I'm teaching at San Beda as a full-time professor. Nagkaroon ng opportunity to for the research forum. So tapos to submit special topic with respect to artificial intelligence and of course dun sa cybersecurity. So napili ko itong ano na to because this is close to my heart, cybersecurity. When I left DICT back in 2019, I was assigned sa cybersecurity division as a SOC officer. Okay? Alam niyo yung SOC? Anyway, that's a buzzword. Anyway. So, once again, good afternoon to all of you, to all the participants and attendees. So, itong presentation na to will not be very formal. So, parang kwentuhan lang tayo, no? So, you may ask or you may raise your hand virtually if you have any concerns or questions. Okay? So, alam nyo class, alam nyo guys, sa panahon ng ngayon ng social media, ng artificial intelligence, yung complexity at saka yung frequency ng cyber threats, it continues to grow, no? It poses significant risk, hindi lang sa universities, but also sa businesses and of course sa governments and individuals. Okay? So traditionally, security measures are no longer sufficient to keep the pace with the speed and the sophistication of modern cyber attacks. Later on, i-emphasize natin yung cyber attacks, kung ano-ano yun. So, as a result, artificial intelligence, ito, nag-emerge to. That's why this is what we call emerging technology. This emerged as the transformative tool in cybersecurity, no? So, kaya ang title ko, The Role of Artificial Intelligence in Predicting and Mitigating Cyber Threats, okay? So, it offers the ability to detect the patterns, predict potential attacks, and respond in real time with unprecedented accuracy. So, nilileverage din niya yung machine learning, data analytics, and automation. So, itong artificial intelligence, it enhances the capacity to anticipate vulnerabilities, minimize false positives, and accelerate incident response. So, the integration of AI into cybersecurity not only strengthen digital defenses but also represents a proactive shift from reactive protection to predictive resilience. Okay? So it reshaped how the society or tayong lahat, no, safeguard information in an increasingly interconnected world. Okay? So, okay. Bago tayo mag-start, may I know, may I ask every one of you, in your own prerogative, you can join the, you can scan the QR code for me to see whether kung saang field tayo or what can you say about the AI or the cybersecurity. I'll give you at least mga 3 minutes to scan and ano lang yan, 4 questions. So as a disclaimer, this survey is only intended for this event. Okay?
Kaya nag-scan din ako, Sir Roy.
Okay. Sa pagsagot lang, ma'am, mga 4 questions lang yan. So hindi ko naman inask yung names, even yung ano.
Yes po.
So to make this presentation in participatory manner with your consent, guys.
Mhm.
So there are 4 questions in relation to artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. Okay. Sige, later on ano natin, i-flash natin 'yon. Okay? Okay na? Okay. So, alam nyo guys, in recent years, mula sa simpleng pag-atake ng mga hackers ngayon at hanggang ngayon, there's a lot of sophisticated tools and adaptive and fast-moving automated threats, Kaya we need to understand, kailangan natin intindihin what these emerging trends in cybersecurity with respect also to the artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. Okay? So first, artificial intelligence actually is, or magtataglis na lang ako para at least hindi ko alam yung mga audience, okay? So, ang artificial intelligence, guys, ay nagiging mahalaga para sa mga negosyo, as you can see dyan sa slide, no? At sa industriya sa Pilipinas habang patuloy na at nagiging mas sophisticado ang mga banta sa tinatawag nating cyberspace, no? So, sa mabilis na paggamit ng mga kumpanya, ng mga organisasyon sa larangan ng digital na platforms, yung e-commerce at mga serbisyong nakabatay sa cloud. Okay? I guess alam nyo naman yung cloud kung ano yun, ano? Okay? So ito, lumalawak ang saklaw ng mga posibleng atake, kaya nagiging hindi sapat ang mga traditional na paraan ng pag-defense dito sa internet. Okay? So in this case, pinapalakas ng artificial intelligence ang cybersecurity sa pamamagitan ng pagtukoy ng mga kakaibang aktibidad, okay? Sa real time, okay? So pagbawas ng maling positibong alerto at pag-automate ng pagtugon ng mga karaniwang threats, okay? Yung banta, no? Para sa mga industriyang humahawak ng mga gumagamit ng sensitive data, okay? Tulad ng financial, katulad ng mga bangko, pangkalusugan, yung healthcare, at mga sa mga manufacturing industries, okay? At ang mga solusyon na pinapagana ng tinatawag nating artificial intelligence. Hindi lamang sa pagpoprotekta ng operasyon kundi sa pagpapalakas ng mga pagtugon sa mga regulasyon, okay? So nakikita nyo sa slide na yan, why artificial intelligence matters in Philippine businesses and industries cybersecurity. Okay, nakalagay dyan, expanding digital service increases attack surface. No? Kasi sa panahon ngayon, hindi lang mga advanced persistent threats, meron din mga malware na kumakalat and mga viruses, no? So we need to understand, kailangan natin intindihin what are those threats that would affect the businesses, okay? And of course, the rising cyber incidents which targets the Philippine institution. Pag sinabi mong Philippine institution, not only the businesses but also the universities, the schools, the governments, and the private sectors. Okay? And why AI matters? Because AI enables faster detection and proactive defense. So, I have mentioned kanina about dun sa pagiging proactive, which is we need to be ready with what will happen in terms of sa cybersecurity or sa internet. Okay? So, let's discuss this changing cyber threats landscape. Okay? Sa mga nagdaang taon, class, guys, mabilis na nagbabago ang takbo ng cybersecurity or yung cyberspace. Okay? So, unang kinonsidera is yung artificial intelligence at yung machine learning or yung tinatawag nating yung dual use. Okay? Yung combined utilization with this AI and machine learning. So, ang parehong teknolohiyang tumutulong sa pagtanggol upang tuklasin at hulaan ang mga banta or yung mga cyber threats ay ginagamitan ng mga umaatake. Halimbawa dito is yung tinatawag nating generative AI or yung machine learning. Ito ay ginagamitan ng paggawa ng kapanipaniwalang phishing. I guess siguro na alam nyo naman kung ano yung phishing, no? Yung deepfakes and malware. Okay? So, kaya we need to understand what the AI and machine learning can really make this a changing landscape. Okay? So, pangalawa, itong expanded attack surface, no? So, dahil sa remote work, dahil sa telecommuting, dahil sa cloud computing, milyon-milyong IoT devices, I guess, siguro alam nyo naman yung IoT, no? IoT devices katulad ng refrigerators, television, CCTVs, mas maraming posibleng daan para mapasok ang ng mga hacker ang mga sistema, you know? Kasi ito ay nakakonekta dahil sa tinatawag nating internet protocols or internet. Okay? So, i-emphasize ko rin itong supply chain risk, no? So, karaniwan kasi dito sa mga target ng cyber criminals ang mga third-party vendors, you know, upang makalusot ang mga malalaking organisasyon. Okay? Ang isang kahinaan ng isang bahagi ng sistema at maaaring makaapekto sa karamihan. Okay? Pag sinabing karamihan, lahat tayo affected, kundi maging yung university, yung mga negosyo or businesses, even yung gobyerno, no? So, another changing cyber threat landscape would focus on the data privacy, regulation, and compliance pressure. Mas humihigit na ngayon ang mga batas ukol sa mga data privacy. Dito sa atin, we have Data Privacy Act of 2012. Okay? So, ang paglabag ay maaaring magdulot ng malaking pinsala, hindi lamang sa pananalapi, sa financial, kundi pati na sa reputasyon ng mga kumpanya or ng mga organisasyon. Okay? So, ano naman tong zero trust becomes mainstream. Okay? Hindi na sapat, tinatawag natin, hindi na sapat ang paniniwalang kapag nasa loob ng network, if you are inside the system, ligtas na. Okay? So, itong zero trust, lahat ng access ay kailangan ma-verify at mailimita. Okay? Kailangan nating mailimit. Okay? So, and lastly, itong continuous threat exposure management. Okay? So, guys, sa halip na minsanang pagsusuri lamang, mas pinahalagan ngayon ang tuloy-tuloy na pagtukoy ng wasto ng mga kahinaan sa seguridad. Okay? Yung pag sinabi natin kahinaan sa seguridad, yung setup natin sa organisasyon, whether we implement solutions, the endpoint security or whatever solution, firewalls, kailangan natin maiwas to. Okay? We need to correct all those things. Okay? So, paano natin ma-depend yung sa cyber threat ang ating organisasyon? So, how are we going to defend and respond with this ever-changing landscape in the cyber threat? So, paano natin tutugunan ang pagdepensa sa ating organisasyon? Okay? So, first and foremost, we need to consider or implement the AI-powered defense at automation. So, ito guys, ginagamit ang AI hindi lamang sa pagtuklas kundi sa pag-automate ng mga tinatawag nating tugon at pagkilos laban sa mga cyber threats. Okay? And meron din tayong tinatawag na identity and access management or yung tinatawag nating identity first security. Okay? So, mas pinagtitibay ang mga paraan ng pagkakakilanlan tulad ng multi-factor authentication. I guess meron alam ninyo yung MFA, yung multi-factor authentication or yung PIN implementation and the biometric verification. Okay? And also, we need to consider in responding the DevOps or the secure by design. Okay? Okay? So, isinasama sa mga na ang seguridad sa bawat yugto ng mga softwares mula sa design ng deployment. Okay? So, sinusuri ang supply chain at sa cyber awareness. So, in depending or the role of AI in cybersecurity is we need to, kailangan natin i-consider yung future threats. Okay? So, una, yung quantum threats at post-quantum cryptography. Ang ibig sabihin nito, kapag umuunlad ang quantum computing, maaari nitong sirain ang kasalukuyang mga encrypted systems. Okay? Kaya kailangan maghanda ng mga quantum resistance na technology, no? And isa sa emerging and future threats is yung highly evasive adaptive threats or tinatawag nating HEAT. So, mas matatalinong uri ng malware na kanyang umiwas sa mga tradisyonal na pagdepensa sa sistema. Okay? Yung mga defense system. Okay? And generative AI bilang as an attack vector. So ito ginagamit ang AI sa paggawa ng peking video, sa mga audio at dokumentong mapanlinlang or yung mga fake documents. Okay? And kailangan din natin i-consider yung regulatory complexity and global standards. Ito. So these emerging and future threats kino-consider yung policy ng isang gobyerno at saka ng mga institusyon. So iba't iba ang batas ng bawat bansa tungkol sa cybersecurity at data privacy, kaya ito'y nagiging hamon ito sa mga pandaigdigang kumpanya. Okay? And lastly, itong resilience over prevention. Ito, ang layunin ngayon ay hindi lamang pigilan ang pag-atake, kundi mas mabilis na makabangon at makabawi kapag ito ay nagkaroon ng pag-atake. Okay? Or naganap yung threats. So, AI capabilities in cyber defense. Okay? So, ang AI, ang artificial intelligence ay nagdudulot ng malaking pagbabago sa paraan ng pagtuklas at pagtugon ng mga cyber threats. Okay? Hindi tulad ng mga lumang sistema or yung mga tinatawag ng silos na nakadepende lamang sa paunang patakaran or yung tinatawag nating rule-based systems. Okay? So ang artificial intelligence, guys, ay kayang matuto mula sa mga data, okay? Or yung mga impormasyon. Or pwede niyang matukoy yung patterns, okay? At of course, yung makilala ang mga activities or yung doubtful activities. Okay? And in this AI capabilities in cyber defense, kailangan din natin i-consider yung threat prioritization and triads. Okay? So itong threat prioritization at triads ay isa sa mga pinakamahalagang modern process katulad ng cyber defense operation. Okay? So with the help of AI-powered analysis, nagiging mas effective at ganap ang organisasyon sa pagtukoy ng mga cyber threats. Okay? So, instead of mag-focus tayo sa mga bagay-bagay or natututo silang ituon ang kanilang lakas at oras sa mga insidenteng may pinakamalaking panganib at epekto, no? So, itong predictive alerts at threat hunting, ito ay gumagamit ng artificial intelligence at machine learning upang hulaan at tukuyin ang mga posibleng banta bago pa man ito tuluyang mangyari. Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na threat hunting at automated response orchestration, deepfake impersonation detection. Okay? So through this automated response orchestration, mababawasan ang oras ng pagtugon or yung response time. Napipigilan ang pagkalat ng pag-atake ng mga cyber threats or yung para mabawasan ang mga kahinahinalang tugon or so ano naman tong ano naman tong deepfake impersonation detection? Okay? Itong deepfake at impersonation attack, ito ay isang pamamaraan para matulungan ang pagtukoy ng peking audio, peking video or image. Okay? Sa pamamagitan ng pagsuri ng digital fingerprints or footprints. Okay? Okay. So in this dun sa aking with my studies, the role-based the role of artificial intelligence in mitigating the cyber threats, I have considered this policy and ethical quadrails, no? So meron tayong data minimization and privacy compliance, explainability and auditability, and human oversight for critical actions, and transparency and accountability. So ang data minimization at privacy compliance ay this is an important principle sa cybersecurity na naglalayong bawasan ang pangungulekta ng paggamit ng personal na impormasyon lamang sa sa mga particular na layunin. Okay? So through this data minimization, napapababa or nare-reduce ang panganib ng data breaches. Okay? At maling paggamit ng impormasyon, habang ang data compliance ay nagsisiguro na ang organisasyon ay sumusunod sa mga pulisiya ng gobyerno tulad ng Data Privacy Act. Okay? Ang explainability at auditability ay dalawang mahalagang konsepto ng paggamit ng artificial intelligence at automated system ng cybersecurity. Ang explainability na kinonsider ko sa research ko ay tumutukoy sa kakayahan ng artificial intelligence system na ipaliwanag kung paano at bakit ito gumagamit sa isang desisyon, lalo sa mga sitwasyong may kinalaman sa mga tinatawag nating cyber threats. Okay? Itong auditability ay ang kakayahan ng pagsubaybay, pagsuri, at i-verify ang aksyong isinagawa ng system upang matiyak ang transparency, accountability, at pagsunod sa mga regulasyon. Okay? And ang human oversight for critical action ay isang mahalagang prinsipyo sa paggamit ng artificial intelligence at automated system sa cybersecurity upang matiyak ang mahalagang desisyon o aksyon na may nagmamatiyag o nagbibigay ng huling desisyon. Okay? So, in doing my research, guys, kinonsider ko yung challenges ng ng ating bansa for this cybersecurity. So, ito yung mga challenges for Philippine setup. Katulad ng legacy systems and silos, data quality integration gaps, shortage of skilled workforce, supply chain and vendor risk, and adversarial artificial intelligence risk. Okay? So one of the isa sa kinonsider ko or findings is yung procurement and vendor strategies. Wherein ang kinonsider ko yung we have find out the interoperable and standard-based solution and vendor transparency and auditability, balanced mix of commercial and open source tools, and managed service as a short-term accelerator. So, itong vendor lock-in must be avoided, guys. Okay? So, open standard, transparent models, and local skills development should guide the procurement. Okay? So, isa sa pangunahing layunin nito ay tiyakin ang mga produktong binibili at serbisyong kinukuha na nakatugon sa mataas na standard ng security standard. Okay? So human capital and institutional changes. So investing in skills and collaboration is very important. So ethical, legal, and technical literacy are all needed to operate this artificial intelligence responsibly in not only in the government but also in the business organization. Okay? Even in the universities. Okay? So, isa sa pangunahing hamon ng Pilipinas ay ang kakulangan sa eksperto sa cybersecurity at ang limitadong training programs na nakatuon sa mga bagong technology katulad ng AI-driven defense, digital forensics, and threat intelligence. And ang institutional changes ay kinakailangan upang maiakma ang mga structure, policy at processes ng mga organisasyon para mapabilis ang pagbabago ng digital landscape. Okay? So, ito guys, hindi ito yung summary kundi yung closing insight. So, artificial intelligence transforms cybersecurity defense into a proactive system, but must be deployed with caution, proper governance, and continuous improvement. Okay? So, siguro ang iba sa inyo ay alam yung Philippine National Cybersecurity Plan or yung NCSP 2003 to 2008. This cybersecurity plan aims to build a trusted, secure, and resilient cyberspace by securing government networks and the critical information infrastructure or yung tinatawag nating CII. This strengthens the incident response teams or yung tinatawag nating CERT or CERTs. It develops a national threat database, promotes cyber workforce development through scholarships and training, and fostering public, private, and international partnerships. So, guys, sa kabuuan, ang pag-unlad ng cybersecurity ay hindi lamang nakasalalay sa technology, kundi sa tao, sa pulisiya at ethical na pananaw. Okay? Sa pamamagitan ng artificial intelligence integration, policy reforms, human-centric strategies, nagiging posible ang pagbuo ng isang resilient at adaptive cybersecurity framework para sa ating bansa. Okay? So, sa panghuli, adaptability has become a defining requirement for effective cybersecurity. So, traditional static rule-based systems, while foundational, are limited by their defense on predefined signatures and human intervention. So, their reactive nature makes them increasingly inadequate against the sophisticated and rapidly changing threats that target government infrastructure, that target business organizations, and the schools. So, disparity driven by artificial intelligence offers a paradigm shift. Okay? So, the model continuously evolved by learning from real-time data, identifying patterns, and autonomously adapting the new threat vectors. Okay? So, finally, ang hinaharap ng cyber defense ay nakabatay sa collaboration, sa trust or tiwala, sa pagpatuloy na or sa continuous innovation. Okay? Mula sa haligi ng pagtitiyak ng isang ligtas, maaasahan at responsableng digital na lipunan or digital society. Okay? So, what I can recommend is government agencies, business institutions or organizations, schools and universities should prioritize the adoption of artificial intelligence and machine learning tools that support dynamic self-learning models. So, those entities should accelerate the integration of AI-driven security solution. Okay? Salamat. Salamat po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Roy, for that very wonderful, no, and insightful talk, no, about the current status of use of AI to protect and the cybersecurity of not just the any institution but the government as well.
Yeah.
So let us check our comments kung meron kayong additional insights or questions for our speaker or anything that you want to share. Okay, so ayan, madami na po yung nag-comment since nag-start si Sir Ray, yung mga, si Sir Roy. So we have greetings from different chapters. So ito na yung mga, ayan, may comment po si Jean Jensen. So sabi niya, AI is reshaping the current and future cybersecurity, but AI is also being reshaped by anticipated emerging powerful technologies, which are the blockchain and quantum computing. Ayan. So, agree ba kayo doon, sir? So, I think he's right, ano, although si AI yung
Yeah.
nagre-reshape nung future, AI is also being reshaped by other emerging technologies as well.
Yeah. Actually, my answer to that question is I do agree that AI could potentially reshape our not only our education but also but but it depends on how are you going to utilize, because kaya meron tayong ethical standards in using the artificial intelligence. So we need to embody the ethical standards and policies for us to be reshaped.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ayan, yes, sir. Ayan. So, other comments po? Ayan, magandang hapon mga ka-Pix Pro from Singapore. Ayan. At siya, ito may nag-comment watching from outside PUP Lopez campus
Mhm.
with my classmates. Support Ma'am Andy with accordance to Sir Mario daw. Commercial.
Mga
Commercial.
Sinare yung commercial ko kanina.
Oo.
Yeah,
Nag-comment pa
to
talaga.
add lang doon sa kay Sir Roy, no? Ganun naman talaga eh. Parang two sides eh. Lagi nag-uunahan, di ba?
Yes.
So, there's a good side and a bad side. So, yung reshaping is sa ngayon, sa ngayon.
Yes, yes.
Yung triaging, yung quicker reaction time, orchestration,
Yeah.
nakapabilis. Kasi before, medyo it will take time. Ngayon, with the AI, with a lot of tools,
Yes.
mabilis na siya.
Mhm.
Just to share with you, last Wednesday, we conducted a vulnerability assessment.
Yeah.
Yung time namin ni Sir Roy, it
Mhm.
will take time at sa akin na kailangan may tao ka to do the BA.
Yes.
The other day, we conducted a BA for about 250 IP assets, and we did it in 3 hours. And with the AI, very informative na agad yung report. So alam mo na agad yung weak points, alam mo na agad yung rectification na needed. Before, it will take pagkakuha mo ng logs, aaralin mo, correlate mo.
Yes.
With AI, in a matter of 3 hours, with 250 IP assets, we did it in 3 hours. So then the report itself will give you yung alin yung weak points, ano yung rectification. Hindi lang identification eh. It will give you a recommendation on how to fix it, or kung wala nang fix.
Yeah.
Kasi for example, an older version of a particular OS, sasabihin sa'yo, matagal ng end of support yan. Pero English yung report, hindi Tagalog. Sabi sa'yo, aged na siya, end of support na, matagal na, and there will be no fix available. So at least it will be shorter time to identify vulnerabilities, action to be taken, if there is any. Yan.
Yes, sir.
And
Actually, ay,
yeah.
yes, sir. Yes, Sir Roy.
Yes, gusto ko lang i-share yung may nakalap kasi ako during my research. So, ethical consideration. This is coming from Pope Francis back in 2024. So, Pope Francis addresses the G7 summit on AI ethics. So at the G7 summit in Apulia, Italy, Pope Francis delivered a landmark address on AI regulation and ethics. He emphasized the risk of AI dependency and called for increased human control and ethical oversight to preserve human dignity. Okay? So the address echoed principles from the Rome call for AI ethics. It highlights the growing importance of ethical consideration in AI development and AI deployment within the cybersecurity. Yun yung ano senior ni
Yeah.
yung address.
Kasi laging tatlo yan di ba? For kan. Nandun yung people, so
Mm.
doon lumalabas yung ethical part. Dapat yung
Yes.
mga tao are very aware within the proper limit. Hindi tayo nag-go beyond sa kan. And then of course, the process and the technology. So yung technology, nandun yung AI para mapabilis to have the process at saka yung tao. Now in terms of process kasi, kanya-kanyang industry, kanya-kanyang business, may konting differentiation sa process itself. Kaya kahit nasabihin natin magaling yung tool, may AI, we need to adapt do sa process para masuportahan yung ang ultimate objective is to keep the business running.
Yes.
So it should support the technology, and the people should support the business process or the other way around.
Yes.
Tatlo sila.
So, sir, since we are talking about the process, the standards, the policies, gusto kong i-share ulit ito, yung bias in artificial intelligence algorithms. No? Kasi pag sinabi mong artificial intelligence or yung ChatGPT, example yung ChatGPT, may mga bias yan, di ba? Agree ba kayo?
Yes.
Yeah, may
Yes.
kanya-kanya siyang
So,
areas.
oo, depende sa gumawa ng
Yes.
AI na yun. So,
Yes.
the research studies have revealed persistence biases in AI models. So, some studies found that the models were more likely to flag communications from certain ethnic groups as potential threats, raising concerns about fairness and discrimination. So, these biases have become a major concern in cybersecurity and are very hard to fix. Isa pa rin yun sa findings ko, no? Kaya kailangan pag-aralan natin yung bias din ng
Yeah.
artificial intelligence.
May nag-question dito, Ma'am Andy,
Yes, sir.
from Eman Sales.
Mm.
Ask ko lang po, what is the defense against malicious AIs such as WormGPT and other malicious AIs?
Ano yung question? What is the difference between the
What is the defense? Depensa natin
defense? Okay.
against malicious
Malicious.
AIs such as WormGPT and other malicious AI.
So meron kasi tayong if you are talking about I have presented it kanina, no? Dun sa defenses, no? Let me check. Okay? Okay. So, one of the things na-discuss ko yung AI-powered defense and automation, no? So, you need to call or you need to analyze what that threats is all about. So, you need to defend using the identity and access management and yung tinatawag nating identity first security. Okay? So, that is how we are going to depend.
Yeah, to add to that, kasi sometimes may mga reference tayo, may mga known. So kung bago siya, hindi agad natin madetect. The challenge on those things ngayon is, for example, not even Worm GPT, even with the normal Chat GPT or other AIs, yung valid AIs, we have to watch for the behavior ng users. We have to automate monitoring ano yung behavior ng users kasi it will be a legal traffic. It's not an illegal or malicious traffic per se.
Mhm.
Pero because of that, for example, ChatGPT, this is a discussion the other day. For example, nagtanong tayo, hindi natin alam, we're sharing critical information na pala
Mhm.
nung company natin. And since they are learning, unaware tayo na sinishare na natin yung mga critical information about our business. Sabihin na lang natin, wag ng business, yun na lang data ng tao, data privacy. Because of using the AI na may sarili siyang learning as we use it, hindi tayo aware na nasi-share na natin and someone out there, the engine ng AI is learning because we share those information. So in terms of AI application in cybersecurity now, that is one of the areas na nasa discussion the other day. I was in the north. Na how to address that kasi the traffic is valid, the company allows the use of, for example, ChatGPT. However, the information, the way we are questioning or asking something is we are sharing, unaware tayo that we are sharing critical information. So now it's also part of the threat. So it's like, what is the behavior of the user? It's not only the malicious traffic, it is the pattern or the behavior of the user as well.
Mhm. Yes. Actually, may
May-
comment dito,
may-
sir. They are the hackers AI. Yung question niya, si Worm GPT and the other malicious AIs. Yes, Sir Roy.
Yeah, actually
Addition.
nakita ko tong question, yung
Yes, sir.
how artificial intelligence okay? So, kasi yung artificial intelligence or yung AI-powered predictive analytics play a very transformative role dito sa cybersecurity, wherein it can enable organization to participate, it can enable the organization to detect and mitigate threats in the real time. Okay? So it often before damage occur. Okay? So unang you can leverage it using the threat prediction via the na-mention kanina ni Sir yung behavior analysis, no? Okay? Threat prediction via the behavior analysis. Because artificial intelligence models could analyze the historical attack data, the network logs, the user behavior, wherein it can establish the baseline of the normal activity. Okay? And another thing is yung real-time threat detection using the tinatawag nating stream analytics. Okay? Kasi yung artificial intelligence, it integrates with I guess familiar na kayo dun sa tinatawag nating SIM or yung security information and event management, no? Or yung tinatawag nating extended detection and response or yung XDR system, which performs the continuous monitoring of incoming data streams.
Yes.
So that is how the artificial intelligence powered predictive analytics
Yes. That's-
identifying and mitigating the potential
Yes,
cyber threats.
that's where the AI is focusing now. Kasi like for example, sabi ni Sir Roy, you have SIEM, which is basically a log collector. So lahat ng nangyayari, kinukuha niya yan. Then you do have mga endpoint protection, HDR, XDR, EDR, whatever. So lahat yon, the firewall, IPS, IDS, marami kasing logs. Ang daming logs. Every transaction natin, nagsalita lang ako ng ganito, ang daming logs niyan. The challenge with the traditional way before na island, sabi nga kanina, is island of logs, no? Ang logs is nothing but just a raw data. Where
Yes,
AI
sir.
plays good is collecting all this data, normalizing it, and then analyzing it based on ano nangyari. Triaging is identifying sino ba talaga yung problem. Sino siya? Kasi may mga deception yan eh. Nakala mo ito, hindi pa pala. So, with the use of AI, advent of AI, mapapabilis yung identification, isolation. Now, paano ma-prevent? Aside from identifying, you can now actually automate what will be your action to be taken. The orchestration action. So, pwede na sabihin natin, pag na-identify ito, when in doubt, sasabihin natin sa IT, huy, i-off mo nga to. Hindi. Ngayon, when in doubt, you can actually isolate. You can actually isolate na ito yung root cause, hindi ko siya mapifix, hindi ko matatanggal yung threat, pero ma-isolate ko na siya. So that's where AI is helping us to prevent na mag-down yung business natin na pwedeng hindi pa natin matanggal yung problem pero na-isolate na natin siya, thus minimizing the impact on our business. Yun yung beauty of using AI nowadays. Another application ng AI, for example, is ito valid to. Yung mga nag-hunt ng hinahag niya yung tunnel, yung bandwidth. It's a
Yes.
valid traffic. Hindi siya malicious eh. Hindi siya malicious. So, i-allow siya. The problem is, pumupunta na pala sa isang site na unauthorized. So, pag tinignan mo, it's a normal traffic. So, using AI, using the behavioral analysis para do sa user, then you can identify this is not a valid traffic. Then you can actually turn off that particular tunnel. So those are the current developments, ongoing developments on AI application for security, cybersecurity.
Yes.
May
Sir.
i-extend ko lang yung answer dun sa, kasi question pa niya, ano po ba yung some potential challenges or limitation to consider kung mai-implement yung isang system? Isang i-recommend ko dyan is, isasagot ko dyan is yung data quality and availability. No?
Yes.
Because ang challenge dyan is nagkakaroon tayo ng lack of sufficient and clean data for the system to function effectively. So example dyan yung na-mention kanina ni Sir na yung logs at saka yung threat data which are incomplete or inaccurate. Okay? So the AI cannot correctly identify threats. So ano yung solution? Implement data cleaning, implement data validation, and regular data updates. Okay? And another potential challenges and limitation is yung system integration issues. So bakit ko nasabi tong system integration issues? Kasi like for example, yung it have a difficulty integrating the new system with the legacy system, yung existing system dun sa various platforms, no? So ang halimbawa dito, example dito is yung older servers or yung database may not be compatible with the new system. So walang interoperability, walang nagkakaroon ng systems integration. Okay? So ano yung solution? Use application program interface based or yung tinatawag nating API based integration and interoperability standards. Kasi meron na actually marami kang madadownload sa like for example sa sa GitHub,
Mm.
tapos sa Stack Overflow websites. Kailangan nyo lang maging member ng website na yun, yung GitHub and Stack Overflow. And sige, isa pang sagot doon sa potential challenge and limitation. Na-mention ko kanina yung privacy concerns and yung security concerns. Bakit ko nasabi ito? Yung challenges kasi dyan is the new system itself may become a target of cyber attacks. Ang halimbawa ko dyan is if access control is weak, the system could be exploited. Now, what will be the solution for these security and privacy concerns? Of course, kailangan mong mag-implement ng encryption, authentication, and regular security audits. Yun lang yung ko doon, sagot doon sa potential challenges and limitation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yan, thank you sir.
So, those
Talagang
are-
actually ako tahimik lang din ako nag-absorb din ng knowledge. So sa dalawang ating very Vatican na sirs in cybersecurity. So
tapos,
pati ako natututo.
yung
Yes, sir.
sa API, that's a widely used now.
Yes.
Recommendation ko lang personally, use JSON.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mas secured siya.
Mm.
Mas secured siya. May tanong dito, sir. Ma'am, pala.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Regarding search engine ng Facebook, kasi po in the recent years, they limit the news outlets but doesn't verify the content creator source of news. So mga fake news.
Should we question the search engine of the Facebook?
Yeah.
Kasi po, in recent years, they limit the news outlets but doesn't verify the content creator source of news po. Kay Facebook kasi sir, di ba yan ay hindi naman talaga siya search engine in the first place. So, yung mga contents talaga na meron sa Facebook is hindi natin makakonsider na verified.
Yes. Actually, I don't know kung magagalit sa akin ng Facebook, no? Kaibigan natin ng head ng Facebook sa Pilipinas. Hindi siya secured eh.
Mhm.
Hindi siya ang Facebook itself is not secure. At the same time, halimbawa naglagay ako ng fake news, sabi ko pogi ako. Fake news 'yon. Paano may verify ni Ma'am Andy na fake news o hindi yung inilagay ko? Di ba?
Mhm.
Unless mayroon deception na ginawa na as if I am from for example, a legal media outlet na diniface ko, kunwari ako yon, that is something na pwede nating ma-detect. Pero yung content itself na ipinost ng someone na sabi ko, pogi ako, hindi ma-detect ni Ma'am Andy yun unless makita niya ako in person na sasabi niya, fake news pala.
Oo.
So siguro
Yeah.
on my part, bakit natin questionin yung Facebook search engine or yung news algorithm is una yung tinatawag nating information control and bias. Kasi tingnan mo yung Facebook algorithm ang dinedetermine niya what users see first. Okay? So when new outlets are limited, at saka yung unverified content creators get more visibility. So it shapes public perception. So minsan it spread misinformation and biased narratives. And ang pangalaw kong maisasagot diyan is there is a lack of transparency. Kasi si Facebook or si Meta rarely disclose how its search engine ranks or filters content. Okay? So in that case, users don't know why certain sources appear more often than credible news agencies because depende sa algorithm niya, no? So it makes it difficult to handle the platform accountable for misinformation or even yung tinatawag nating manipulation. Okay?
May nag-post dito, hindi ko alam kung ano yung question niya, IPS, IDS. I think
yung
he's mentioning a tool, IPS and IDS. Yeah, it is one of the protection na pwede natin gamitin, although limited yung capability niya. May gumagamit na rin siya ng AI ngayon, lalo na sa IPS. IPS is something na mayroon kang papasok na traffic, pag malicious yung traffic, i-block niya or
Okay.
i-drop niya.
Mm.
Si IDS naman, na-detect niya yung traffic, papadaanin pa rin niya yun, ino-notify lang niya yung admin. So that the action to be taken is magkaiba. IPS, nakita niya, malicious, block. IDS, nakita niya, malicious, inform si admin. That's the case. So ang disadvantage nun is hindi ka na real time, reactive ka na.
Mm.
Reactive ka na. And ang challenge is, pagka nakapasok most likely sa IDS or sa firewall mo, most of the firewall is, ang pinoprotektahan niya yung papasok. Most of the firewall, new generation, I think they are doing the two-way na yun. Yung papasok, proprotektahan niya. Pero pag may command and control ka na sa loob, lumalabas na yan, hindi na niya binablock o dinadrop yung traffic na yan. So ikaw ngayon ang nagiging source ng malicious traffic without you knowing it. Pwedeng halimbawa, nagkape ka sa labas, nakikonnect ka sa wifi nila. Pagbalik mo sa opisina, infected ka na. But since wala kang prevention ng palabas, pwedeng sa iyo as if ikaw yung, behind your knowledge, ikaw na yung source ng malicious traffic. Yan yung kan.
Agree.
Okay. Sir, do we have more questions? Actually, medyo nag-overtime po tayo. Talagang maganda
Okay
yung
lang.
topic natin for today. And Ma'am Rosario, do you have any takeaway po before we close?
Yes, ma'am. Wala akong masabi dahil akong yan ay maraming natututunan, ano. Anyway, but with regards nga po dun sa mga nabanggit, in terms of relationship with the AI and cybersecurity, ang dami talaga nating mga different challenges. But on the business side, sabi nga nila, sir, the data quality, yung adaptations. May isa pang question dyan is yung resources ng mga businesses or industries. In terms of investment, particular sa infrastructure, ano ba yung software na kailangan natin?
Yeah.
And also the skills.
Yeah.
I think napaka-limited pa ng ating mga professional in terms of may mga particular skills ng AI and cybersecurity.
Yeah.
And hoping, po sir, that also, hindi lang tayo mga, kumbaga, yung advocacy natin ay hindi lang malimit sa education, but also yung implementation din is sa government na rin. Anyway, baka makatulong ito doon sa mga current issues natin, within the government.
Baka hindi. Okay.
Ma'am, tanong ko lang dito sa organization ng Pixpro. Meron po bang mga off-site na project like pupuntahan yung isang then magtuturo?
Yeah, may mga per chapter, may per chapter, may kanya-kanyang parang effort mag-reach
Okay.
out, mag-share.
Mm,
It's more of an advocacy or service
Okay,
na
yeah.
para
mm.
to educate.
Yes,
Educate.
yes.
Kasi number one is, yung sinabi ni Ma'am Rosario kanina, yung technology, lagi nagbabago eh.
Yes.
Alam mo, para sa akin, baka mali ako pero one of the not so good practices, pag sinabing cybersecurity, bigay agad sa technical team.
Oo nga.
Sa akin, it should be the business people. It should be the business team to drive the cybersecurity kasi you're protecting the intellectual assets of the company.
Yes, sir.
So the enabler will be, for me, it should be driven by the business people, and the technical team must support the business objective.
Yeah, kaya sir,
Mga-
kailangan natin ng mga different trainings. Awareness talaga po ang kailangan natin at
Yes.
first.
Kaya nga nandiyan ka eh. Yes.
Actually, I think kaya nga din nandito si Pixpro, di ba, sir? Marami din
Yes.
mga trainings and
Yeah,
yan
marami
gaya-
silang outreach program eh.
Mhm.
Pinakain nga ako ng isang araw. Kahapon pala, busog nga ako eh. Thank
Oh,
you,
sir.
Len.
Ayan. So, I think very bitin po ang ating topic, no? So, maybe we can invite again, Sir Roy, in the future sa susunod na mga
Yes,
KC
yes, ma'am.
to continue the discussion kasi we only have 1 hour. And actually, may mga nakita pa rin po akong mga comments and question na maybe we can, create another topic that will address yung mga other questions na tinatanong sa atin ngayon. So, ayan.
Can I suggest another topic? Yung kasi ano tayo ngayon dito sa ano no sa corruption, no?
Mhm.
So maybe I can discuss about the blockchain technology
Mhm.
in fighting the corruption.
Mhm.
Paano natin mai-apply yun
Maganda yan,
sa
sir.
government?
Yes.
Katulad ng
Actually, may nag-question na niya, no?
pinapanukala ni Senator Bam. No?
Yes, sir. Yeah, opo.
Mm, mm.
Actually, sir, na-ask siya din, nakita ko rin, kaso I'm trying to i-manage the time. Pero
Yeah.
sir, yeah, siguro we'll make another topic for that so that yung
Sure.
buong discussion is focused on that
I
specific.
would be willing to discuss it.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Okay. So, acknowledge ko rin po si Ma'am Icon. So, andito rin si Ma'am Icon sa Zoom. So, hello, Ma'am. Ayan. So,
Yes, good evening po and
Hi.
sobra din po akong alam mo yun, natuto and then yung awareness regarding dun sa topic. Kanina kasi actually andito ako sa klase ngayon. So
Mm.
kaya hindi rin po ako makapag-focus. But sobrang ano po, I think lalo na sa mga students yung awareness din in terms of yung
Mhm.
adaptation nga and integration ng AI
Yeah.
in every aspect so sa mga institutions, so napaka importante. Okay, so yun lang po, thank you.
thank you,
Shout
Ma'am.
out pala sa misis ko na taga Quezon, taga Lopez din.
Ayan, hello kay Ma'am. Oo.
Emil
Quezon i-member na
Lopez.
pag magme-member si Ma'am is Quezon chapter siya kasi nandito siya
Yeah.
sa
Pupunta siya sa
Lopez.
ano diyan sa Undas.
Ayan. So, I
Anyway.
hope sana kita-kits tayo, sir.
Ma'am, may isi-share akong file para
Mhm.
dito sa ano, sa Zoom.
Sige po. Sige, sir. Ayan, may nag-shoutout po sabi, ayan, to be continued daw yung ating discussion. Nabitin. Actually, lahat po tayo ay bitin. Pero ayan, I think it's much better if we have a separate discussion sa blockchain. Maganda yung idea ni sir.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Yan.
So,
Yan.
sir, ayan, sending po kayo ng file. So, while we're waiting for Sir Roy's file, so gawin natin yung
Ayan
ating...
na ma'am.
Eto, sir. Okay. AI and cybersecurity. Okay. Sige, sir. Thank you.
Mm.
Downloading. So, gawin natin yung ating outro. Ayan. Alam na ba ni Sir Roy yun? Na-share na ba natin, Sir Mario, kay
Paano yun,
Sir
ma'am?
Roy?
Marami
meeting
pa
natin
akong
last time.
di alam, no?
Apo.
Kaya ni Mama Andy yan. Kasi ang weekend niya, hindi, maganda pala weekend dito. Hindi. Happy talaga ang weekend niya.
Sa ngayon, sir, may weekend. Pero, ayan, ang ating, anong tawag natin doon? Yung ending, ano tawag natin doon? Ending speech. Hindi speech ending closing natin dito sa Pixpo, Sir Roy, is happy lang, walang weekend. Because, cybersecurity, wala
sabi niya.
yang pinipiling weekends or any time of the
Sabi niya,
day.
Yes, yes.
And then we
happy
have
lang walang weekend.
Sir Roy na na symbols kasi yung 3 E's natin.
Ganon?
Ayan. Yeah. Okay. So sabay-sabay po. So that's all for
Wala bang
this.
picture?
Si Mama Andy ang magaling
request-
dyan. Di ako marunong
wait.
mag-capture.
Request tayo kay Ma'am Len. Ma'am Len, pwede daw po bang magpa-picture?
Di, ma'am.
Ayan si Ma'am Len. Thank you po. So sabay-sabay po tayo. So happy lang.
Happy lang.
Happy lang,
weekend.
Walang
weekend.
weekend. Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much
thank
po.
you very much.
Shout out to
Picturean
Sir
po.
Angel.
Ma'am Andy, may may PM
Thank you
ako
po.
sa'yo.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Sige po.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye po.
Ma'am Len, thank you.
Thank you
Ma'am
po.
Hi
Len.
po.